Hi. Okay, so we're out on MX-5 Club Run today. There's a couple of other cars with us as well as MX-5s. The one right ahead of us is an MR2, a Toyota MR2. I assume you get those in the States as well, but I'm not certain. If not, it's a little mid-engine Toyota sports car. But yeah, most of the ones with us today are MX-5s. This is a different club from the one I usually run with. So this is the club for the younger people. I normally run the club for the older people. Are two separate clubs, but I'm not sure how this video is going to come out because it's an awful day today, and normally we'd postpone the club run to a nicer day, but we're just running out of weekends before a couple of the major runs that can't be put off. So today it was basically do it today. It's already been put off from last week. It was meant to be last weekend, but it was raining, so it's already been postponed 1 week, and it was a case of we either run the club today or we just missed this run altogether, and none of us felt like missing the run, so we thought, okay, let's just run it in the wet anyway. So I apologise that you're probably getting wipers over your camera over your TV screen as we're watching this, but it's just the way it is, I'm sorry. I have the wipers on. Now, we're going around Patanui Inlet at the moment, so that's actually technically part of the sea that's up next to us there. That is an inlet. So you can go around both sides of this inlet. We're only doing one side today. And you can see the water's reasonably high up there. Yeah. So, yeah, and Nikki is behind me in her MX-5. So I've got a work colleague of mine holding the camera today. But I'm second to last in the line of cars, and Nikki's bringing up the rear last. And there was, I didn't count them, but I think there's about 12 MX-5s on today's run. It looks to be about 12, and most of them were red, which is quite unusual in a way because the club I normally run with, often Nikki and I will be the only red cars, or there might be one other one as well as ours. Having said that, we are the only later model MX-5s on today's run. All of the other ones are much earlier models than ours. And so, yeah. And the reason why, and I think I've explained this in an earlier video, but I'm not certain. So in Wellington, there's two different MX-5 clubs. There's the one that I normally run with, where the average age of a person in that club is probably between 50 and 65, would be average. And all of the cars are absolutely stock standard. No one does any modifications to them of any sort. We just enjoy them how they are. And then there's this club that we're running with today, where the average age is probably between 20 and 25. They're normally the much earlier model MX-5. They're all heavily modified. So our cars are a wee bit different from the ones that are running today because we're not running heavily modified cars. And the club that we're running with today, every time they put on a run, they have to warn in the promotional adverts, no skids. And despite that, you'll still get people deliberately hanging out their rear ends and things like that. And whereas the club that I normally run with, you don't need to advertise no skids because no one's going to drive like that anyway. We all enjoy our cars too much to risk wrecking them. It is interesting to drive with this other club for a change. Just, yeah, you can just see one there spinning out, doing donuts up there. So that's what you get for having a younger club. But I mean, at the end of the day, that kind of driving only achieves two things. One, it means that you've got a much higher chance of stacking your car, which isn't something I ever want to do. And two, you're going to get a lot more attention from the cops, and I have no desire to be getting attention from the cops. I mean, my car is all perfectly road legal, and so is my wife's, but I just don't need that kind of attention, thank you very much. I'd rather just not have that. And I can't remember what the name of this little hamlet sort of thing here is. This is just Patanui. So yeah, we've just been around Patanui Inlet, and now this is Patanui. And there's a lot of speed bumps here to make people keep their speed down. So, yeah, doing today's video as much as anything, just to see how it looks when it's raining and all the videos to a windscreen with wipers on, whether it still looks okay or not. I must admit that MX-5s are not as nice to run with the roofs down as with the roofs up as they are with the roofs down. Of course, most cars, the inside of the roof is a white material. With MX-5s, of course, or any convertibles, the inside of the roof is the same colour as the outside of the roof. So it means that in our case, we've got black on the inside of our roofs, and the simple fact is that they're a very, very small area. It's a small enclosed area with the roof up, and with the black on the inside of the roof as well, it makes it feel even smaller than it really is. So it just feels almost claustrophobic. Not quite. You don't quite get claustrophobic, although I suppose if you were a person who tended to get claustrophobia quite easily, you might feel that riding in one of these with the roof up, because they are, you suddenly realise just how close you're sitting to the person next to you, a bit tighter than a normal car, and the roof's sort of just brushing the top of your hair a wee bit, and things like that. So yes, you can see ahead of us now, there's two cars in this lineup that you can see here that aren't MX-5s. The blue Corolla, which has MX-5 wheels on it, I noted, and the MR2 that we're directly behind. And I think there's one other car in the lineup that must be further ahead that wasn't an MX-5, but all the rest of them that are out today are MX-5s. So, again, this club tends to allow other people to just come along and tag along, and not there's anything wrong with it, so I'm not complaining in the slightest. But you'll notice if you look 2 cars ahead of us, if you can see that, I don't know whether you can or not, that guy's got his roof down, so he's really keen. Even I haven't got my roof down today, and I put my roof down when my wife thinks I'm nuts. She has her roof up a lot more often than I do. But yeah, I think today's rain is a bit hard for roof down motoring. And the traffic's reasonably heavy, so you're not going to get up enough speed to be able to maintain a sufficient speed to keep the rain from getting inside the car. My experience tells me, and I don't know what this is in so at 50 kilometres an hour, which is 31 miles an hour, at 31 miles an hour, if you've got a light rain, then that's fast enough to stop the rain from getting into the car. And at 70 kilometres an hour, I don't know what that is in miles, I'm sorry, but you can always do the conversion if you want. But at 70 kilometres an hour, no matter how hard the rain is, it won't get in. It all just sweeps off over the back of you at 70. But there's no way in today's weather you're going to be able to maintain a steady 70. So we've got our roof firmly up and in place. I suppose one of the great things about these is that the roofs are very, very quick to put up and down. I can get my roof down in about 7 seconds. Well, no, down in about 5 seconds, up in about 7. So, there you go. The guy with the roof down is just putting it up now. You can see him in the camera maybe. I don't know whether you can see that or not. But yeah, he's just putting his roof up in place now while he's driving along. So obviously he's decided that rain's getting a bit hard for him. And it's getting a wee bit wet. But good on him for putting it down for a while. So yeah, didn't really have anything else to discuss today that I could think of. I just wanted to test out what it was like recording through the windscreen with the wipers going, seeing if that still came out okay, and if my voice comes out okay, which I'll check at the end of it, before uploading, and if it didn't sound okay, it won't ever get uploaded. And two, just record a wee bit more New Zealand scenery for you all to see. But given how heavy the traffic is right here, there's nothing really exciting about the scenery at the moment. There's a pink digger there. There you go, it's an interesting colour to see a digger in. Continuous roadworks. So it seems to be a full-time thing in New Zealand to have roadworks going on everywhere. Oh, there's a car stopped on the side there. Off to our left. I wonder why he's parked there. Oh, toilet stop. That's why it's parked there. You need to go to the loo. Okay. Yeah, so I'll stop this video now, and I might record a wee bit more when we get to our destination, which is a car park over by the riverbank in the Hutt Valley. Just record some of the cars there perhaps. So bye for now.